Welcome to the Salty Driftwood Podcast. I'm your host, Edie Gibson, and this is Ep.1. This episode is titled Social Warriors or Social Bullies. So let's get right into it. Um, First, I'd like to define or give a basic definition for what bullying is. Bullying is seeking to harm, intimidate, or coerce someone that is perceived as vulnerable. Um, uh, for the last couple of years in the internet space, uh, I shouldn't say but what has developed is a thing called cancel culture, where famous people or but social influencers, those type of people, people have been trolling them for years, or they go back and they find things they may have said on Twitter, Facebook, as far as MySpace. And some of these things are inappropriate, of course. And uh, these individuals, these I like to call them internet detectives. I don't see where they have all the time to do all this. I guess that's a full time job for some of them. And what they do is, I think most people understand what it's about. Now, don't get me wrong. Some of these individuals, yeah, they need to be canceled for some of the behavior that the predatory behavior that they have done over the years, um, mostly based on their position of power or power they have over other individuals, over their careers or things as such. But I think we've gone from one extreme to the next, whereby, I mean, any little nitpicking thing you say or do, or from your younger self, now everyone brings it up, and it's like a big old gang. Hey, he said this, or she said this. Hey, let's get her. Jump on her. And the strange thing is, right? Um, they don't even understand that they're really bullying these individuals. You understand? Now, like I say, some of them deserve it. Some of them deserve it, but some of it is really too extreme. Yeah, it's really too overboard, in my opinion. Um, I guess it's I guess it's those or people's wish to feel important, but in the way I see them like leeches. They trying to make themselves famous over someone else who were famous or internet famous because they don't really ain't getting paid for it. In my view, if you ain't getting paid, it might as well don't be said. But I think you understand what I'm. But it is. Some people say it is what it is, but it shouldn't be. I guess that's one of the downside of being able through the internet and technology to be everywhere at just about all times. Like some of the uh, more age actors, I saw one of them, not going to say the name, and he said if they had social media back in the day when he was about partying, they wouldn't have a career, and I believe that. And at the same time, though, I think these individuals who have careers must be more cognizant of the things that they say and do over social media. Um, Fame comes with a price, and that's one of the things about fame. You got to be willing to pay that price if you want to remain famous. Me personally, I guess it all comes with the territory on trying to be a celebrity or whatever. But me personally, hey, I say, for me, you, you should bring some value with your celebrity. It don't necessarily be monetary value, but it should be social value. So now, getting back to that, let's just segue right into what we're talking about. These so-called social warriors. Are they really social warriors, or are they just bullies? I have this belief that people who are bullied tend to go either two ways. They either succumb to bullying, which could affect their self esteem, or they become bullies themselves because they've been taught well through the lessons they've learned from being bullied. And I think a lot of these social warriors don't recognize that they become bullies. 16-year-old me and a 48-year-old me, they are totally two different people, as they should be if you are maturing. And the 48-year-old me will be probably way different from the 75-year-old me if I'm allowed to see that time. So you shouldn't judge people, especially like what people said, what they tweeted when they were like teenagers and stuff. Hey, like the actor said, boy, if social was around when I was a teenager and I could have tweet some of the things I would say, what I was said I should say. If I was famous, my goodness, that would have been a wrap. But at the same time, that we shouldn't go easy on those people who are still doing these and saying these are inappropriate things nowadays. It just isn't acceptable when you've reached this point when we're trying to equalize the social fabric. When we're trying to bring about equality amongst groups and communities. They should be highlighted. Those individuals should be highlighted and exposed. And I kind of like canceling to me is a funny thing. I would never like to stop a person from feeding their family. I, I, I I wouldn't like to be a part of a group that would do something like that. A person have a right to feed their family. Now, doesn't mean that they should exploit others to feed their family, but within their space, they have a right to feed their family. And I don't think I have, or anyone should have the right to stop an individual for trying to take care of what is theirs. Like I say, I mean, let's be real. Businesses on the whole is about exploiting people, from manipulating people. That's just how it is. That's the nature of making money. It's just that what we in society, um, what we've uh, what we've decided is an acceptable level of exploitation and manipulation in order to get some monetary gain. So that's really what it's all about. Like I say, I wouldn't like to. I don't like to be part of that group. And first of all, most of these social warriors, they're not really concerned about social justice. They're just trying to get famous off of other people, leeches, most of them. Uh, Either they wannabe celebrities or halfway celebrities who trying to gain the spotlight, or some little unknown who sees this as his way to gain some traction in the social media around. Um, Kind of sad actually that people actually resort to do those things. I come from the old school, where you put the work, you got to put the work in. Um, you gotta you gotta create value to achieve the things that you want. And I guess, like my trailer say, I'm a middle-aged man navigating through an millennial world. Some things just don't make sense to me, but hey, we can all learn. Every day is a new learning experience. But I think, uh, I don't like to tell people what to do. But I think I can suggest it's time for these so-called social warriors to evaluate what they are doing. Um, One of the things we've lost in this world is empathy, um, and we've become uh, more judgmental. The very thing we trying to avoid, or the very thing these social warriors claiming they're fighting against. They tend to be more judgmental than, I guess, the average person, because now what they do is they tend to create this underground community of bullies. That's what they are. Bullies. They're cyber bullies. They're either trying to crush this person, individual, or they're trying to gather up their little gang. So, hey, we finished with so and so. Who next? Let's get him. He said one time ago that he didn't like puppies. Oh, let's get him. Hey! And then we have these other individuals who just like mimics. Um, have you noticed I have like a Caribbean accent? So they're like parrots, like a macaw, just just repeating what they have heard or what is the popular thing to say or post on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram and all those other unreal spaces. We have to remember these are unreal spaces. These spaces are controlled by algorithms. Always remember that. The main purpose of these platforms are not to give you a voice, but to collect your data and sell it. That's another topic for another day. But yeah, that's just my view, and I decided that this would be the first topic I'll try to present in this format, because one good thing about this whole social media, internet space, you everyone can have a voice, but everyone really saying none. So I think um, we should all be responsible in some shape or form to use your voice to be a positive impact on the world. Before you leave this earth, before you kick it down in the dirt, be good, man. Do something good. It ain't always about me, I, what I can do, what I can get. In this world, we all connected, some shape, form, or fashion. That's just how it is. We like atoms and neutrons and protons. We are the elements of humanity. Each individual with their faults, with their whatever. We all in this together, whether we want to believe it or not. So I don't think that aspect uh, of the whole internet space is conducive for social justice. It eventually just becomes a show, a comedy of sorts. I don't mean like the ha ha comedy, the old Shakespearean comedy. But hey, like I say, I'm just a middle-aged man traveling through this millennial age. I think I had a grand singing bad group, but yeah, that's my take on that. And hey, I hope you enjoyed my foray into podcasting, my first foray into podcasting. And I hope this be the beginning of a wonderful journey. And I hope to take you along with me. Whether you disagree or agree with what I'm saying at times, just hope you come along. I believe in conversation. If we always agree on everything, then we don't really have conversations. And we can have conversations um, without no ill will. It is all about people expressing their views. Most of the times, most people think they're right, which isn't wrong. But sometimes when you conversate, you tend you tend to gain knowledge, and your views um, may change, and that's what it's about. You can't force people to love. We can't force people not to be prejudiced, but we can convince them. And the safest way to do it is through dialogue, in my opinion. That's the safest way. We can't legislate morality. We just can't do it. We could put things in place for when people go against the grain, but that really don't change people's attitudes or their mindset. We need to be a conduit for people to renew their minds, not attacking and destroying. But in most countries, people have the freedom of speech, and freedom can be a funny thing. It can be you can have negative freedom or positive freedom. Most people is operating in negative freedom realm. But hey, I'm free, so I can do whatever. Most people don't think of the fact that yeah, I have a right to do this, but I also have the right to do right. Even though I have right to do this, it may not it may not be necessary for me to execute my right. Sometimes freedom is not what you can do, but what you can choose not to do. That is real freedom to me. Well, anyway, I hope you enjoyed this discussion, and I hope, like I say, this is the beginning of this journey. I hope you stay along with me for this ride. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't really know our final destination, but I know our bags are packed and we on the road, buddy. This ain't about the final destination. This is about the experience of finally getting to our destination. And thanks for listening. And hope you have a wonderful day. And hey, be real and be good.